Hey guys, welcome to and gals to the Around the Ballpark podcast. This is 30 Parks in 30 Days. I am your host, Mike Redmond, alongside my co-host, Darren Redmond. And how are you doing this spring training baseball evening?
I'm all about spring training. I'm all about Major League. I'm all about the upcoming season, but I'm in a bit of a kerfuffle, little worry, a little mystery. Maybe you can help solve it for me.
Okay.
And I mean this with no disrespect to a wonderful Diamondback franchise. I love them, and I love what you do with our backgrounds, and you just feel the need for Arizona Diamondbacks when you see these colors. But what are the colors? You win a World Series, it was sort of a blue-purple with the white, and then they went to those road uniforms that looked sort of like they were dropped in a chimney after a fire. And I love them, and now they got these colors. What are the colors? I'll wait.
That's so good, though. It's so true.
So what did I do? I went with the Cubs. So there we go. I'm wearing Cubs.
Yeah, I got to go through your closet one day. That looks like you got some good stuff in there. But this is a team that we talk about an identity. I think they have an identity in terms of playing ability, but the color-wise, it's a little bit all over the place. You know, if you Google Arizona Diamondbacks team colors, they give you 7 different options. So
that's too many.
it's too many. It's almost like the Miami Marlins where they just put every pastel color on there. But we're talking Arizona Diamondbacks, and this is a team that just fell short literally by one game last season to making the playoffs. So excited to dive in. So let's go ahead and look at who they lost this offseason.
And speaking of loss, let's talk about making sure that you don't lose money you shouldn't lose by using the wonderful services of Nashville Tax Solutions.
That was, I was testing it there and you got it. So that is awesome. Go ahead and share with our wonderful listeners about Nashville Tax Solutions.
Attention, Palm Bay and Fort Pierce. Are you struggling with tax issues? Whether you're behind on filings, dealing with the lien, or just need expert guidance, Nashville Tax Solutions is here to help. Their team is knowledgeable. Their team is ready to help you in any way necessary and to fight for you. But don't just take my word for it. Don't just take Mike's word for it. Listen to what their clients have to say. Chris Bennett and his team saved me from a financial nightmare. They're knowledgeable, clear, and compassionate. So don't let tax troubles keep you up at night. Call 855-627-4829. Visit Chris Bennett and his folks at NashvilleTaxSolutions.com or email info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com today. Nashville Tax Solutions, because tax problems deserve real solutions.
Thank you, Darren, and thank you to the team at Nashville Tax Solutions. Chris is currently right now on set at the World Sledding Competitions in
of course
Ontario.
He is.
Maybe he is. Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll see where he is. But guys, we're going to chat here for the next 5 minutes here just to quickly preview the 2025 season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And so here are the key losses that they have, and some names, some big names there stand out to me. Of course, you got 2 first basemen, I guess, that the Diamondbacks were like, someone's got to play first base, but neither of the 2 guys that we have on the roster will do. So both Josh Bell and Christian Walker are gone. We got Jock Peterson. This is a guy who, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to get the respect. But this is a guy that can just hit a home run at any time he wants to, almost seems like. And some other names there, Paul Sewald, Slade Ciccone, sounds like a lunch meat. But Darren, do you have with I see that because hopefully Slade Ciccone is not watching this tonight. But Darren, which name on this list stands out to you?
Didn't he come up with Olive Loaf? Right? Wasn't that a player that was drafted at the same time?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, very good.
But any name on this what list stands out the most, or which one?
It's very interesting. You mentioned Chuck Peterson. That name stands out to me, and of course, you both your first baseman, right? But But here's a guy, a proven player, proven commodity, and he's one of those guys, and we've seen this, right? We've both been following baseball for years, and he may be wonderful in the clubhouse, but just talented enough that other teams want to overpay for him, and you trade him. And it's just, wash, rinse, repeat. He just ends up on these different teams. We saw that with Don Baylor late in his career, right? Dave Winfield late in his career. Every year he was on a different team.
Yeah, almost like if he had a podcast, it would be 30 uniforms in 15 years.
Exactly. No, exactly right. And guess next year's uniform. But I mean, that's, I'm surprised. I'm just surprised. And because here's a team that went to the World Series and just missed the playoffs. And they unloaded a lot of people.
Yep. And just a fun fact, time for a fun fact. Darren, if I had to guess, or if I had to ask you, what is the major league record for playing on the most MLB teams? Not so much who holds that record, but what's the most teams that a player has played for?
I want to say, and I don't know for sure, obviously, and I'm not Googling now. See, here are my hands. But I would say Barry Bonds, 11 or 9.
So he's close. It's actually the record is Edwin Jackson with 14.
Wow.
14 teams. That is insane. And that's not including because the Tampa Bay Rays and then the Devil Rays, it's one team. So 14 teams.
Right.
For that. So, but we're here talking Arizona Diamondbacks. So
I hope he was renting. I hope he rents.
Yes, right. So let's look at who they picked up. We saw who they lost. So they did realize that, hey, we do need a first baseman. So they got Josh Naylor, big guy there from the Guardians. So that's interesting, but no bigger. If you're looking at that list, the name that stands out to me, Kendall Graveman, absolutely, whoever the heck he is. But right-handed pitcher Corbin Burns, obviously, is the standout there. 6-year deal. He had the 1-year rental with the Baltimore Orioles, so now he is there for the long term. He is your, in that rotation here. So let's look at that rotation.
He's their stud.
Too. Yep. And looking at this rotation, Corbin Burns, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Eduardo Rodriguez. Brandon's fat, but I'm sure he's a good pitcher as well. This is a solid rotation and one of the best in Major League Baseball, and a rotation that instantly puts them in the playoff hunt. So what do you think about this rotation and those pickups?
They're going to have to bring the A game every night. I mean, they play in an extremely tough division. Yeah. I mean, extremely tough division. And I can get into why I think they're successful in there, because I think when the Padres play the Dodgers and the Dodgers play the Giants, and you just take and forget about Colorado. They're like the little sisters of the poor. But so these teams really knock the snot out of each other. And so what happens? Arizona benefits from playing against the back end of their rotation, the fourth and fifth starters, because you're playing with the Padres and you're playing the Dodgers. You're going to set your starters up so your main guys are going to play that series. So what happens is Arizona, in my opinion, has to play against their A team with their second best pitching. And I bring all that up because, by the way, Arizona is also very well coached. Very well coached. They are fundamentally sound. They don't make a lot of unforced errors. They're very smart on the base paths. But it's a slide. But they always end up near the top. They just do every year. Padres will always underperform, and I think the Padres will underperform this year as well. But I think the Giants will battle Arizona for second place.
Okay, yeah, I like that. And here, let's go ahead and look at that projected lineup. We've got Corbin Carroll projected opening day leadoff man, Ketel Marte, Gurriel Jr., Josh Naylor moved into that cleanup spot, Suarez, Moreno, some platooning there at DH, Jake McCarthy. So good lineup here. This might be a team where it may not jump off the page at you, but I think it's because they play where they play at the time that they play. And so that is a very tough division. So I actually am going to put them in the going to make the playoffs category. I believe they are going to finish second in the division to the Rockies, of course. I don't know if the Rockies will lose a single game this spring training. But definitely look more so because of that lineup and the rotation. But this is a team that I believe they fell 1 win short last year. I think they'll be able to sneak in there. And I believe that might actually put the San Diego Padres just outside. But, this isn't about the Padres. This is about the Diamondbacks. So stamp of approval, playoff team, second place in the division.
I thumb up that. I do. I give that the thumbs up. I think that. But I think they're going to be battling the Giants for that last spot.
Yeah, I could see the Giants in contention this year. So team to be excited about, Arizona, some young ball players. Yes, they had some key losses, but I think they're going to be just fine. So we'll see how things wind up. But thank you guys for watching 30 Parks, 30 Days. Encourage you to continue watching along with us. We've got one episode each and every day, all the way up until the start of the Major League Baseball season. And until next time, guys, we'll see you around the ballpark.